What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New, and honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back with a Love and Marriage Huntsville Extra, honey. We got Miss Kimmie Scott, okay? We got Miss Kimmie Scott. She was on the Carlos King podcast, and she gets to giving us all the tea. I told y'all. Kimmie is moving differently this season. She reporting back to her boss, to Tisha, okay? She hangs out with Mel and makes a beeline to Tisha to tell her everything that, Mel is doing and, just getting little fires started up, okay? Kimmie is the bone collector this season, okay? So I told y'all, but I think I told y'all that Kimmie, somebody sat Kimmie's ass down and said, bitch, you need to stop going against the family. Okay, I'm going to just tell y'all just like it is. And I think it was MARSAU. Okay, that's what I think. Okay, y'all know Miss Robinson is psychic. I be seeing shit. Okay. So anyways, honey, let me play that for y'all because I knew it.
At all. Or a lie, I would say, right? I would never get this. I'm on set on another show. Kimmie Scott texts me, and she said so kindly, "Hi, Carlos. Don't want to bother you, but can you talk?" And I was like, this ain't good, because Kimmie never bothers me. So I called Kimmie. In our very personal conversation, the one thing that Kimmie shared was, this situation between Tisha and I is real. And I can't have a TV show come in between my relationship. And I understand that we're doing real life. And yes, I signed up to give you guys my real life. She said, I just need to hear from you that this isn't something that is going to be labored and get bigger and bigger and bigger. Because this is my family. You remember this, Kimmie?
Absolutely. And you're right. I don't call. But like I'm saying, it was bleeding over into reality. I just felt like it was just getting pushed in a couple of different directions. And I didn't want that to happen.
Oh, is she saying that Carlos is messy, honey, for what he pulled down to the reunion?
You two are obviously family, and you're married to brothers. It's pretty evident that this relationship has been fractured. So where did things go wrong in your relationship? Let me start with you, Kimmie.
I feel like the fact that I was friends with Melody during a time when they were at Discord was a problem.
Mel was trying to destroy my marriage.
Okay, let's be clear.
She was starting rumors. She was sitting up the bloggers. Kimmie know every single thing.
And I got a lot of stuff that I can say that you did, Tisha.
I didn't do it. I didn't do anything.
Okay, that's fine.
If you don't want to take ownership, Mel,
no,
that's the past.
I did not take ownership.
I'm just answering the question. What I expected from my friend and my sister.
I have had conversation with both of them in her face and in her face, and asked Melody at the time they were having their issues to stop talking about stuff. She knows that in her face.
That was the one time at Gatlinburg when Mel was like,
no. It was more than one time. No, it was more than one time. It was more than one time. So stop, because it was more than one time.
I don't know the other time.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do, because I'm about to help you. Because it's on TV, so pipe down and let me say what I'm going to say.
Don't talk to me like that. I'll come down and let you hear what you...
Tisha, just stop talking. That's the problem. You talk so much, you don't listen to what somebody's trying to tell you.
From here on out. Go ahead, Kimmie.
Golly.
Okay.
One time was in Gatlinburg. The other time was on Melody's back porch. They had a conversation about they both was lying. Tisha said, well, can we just stop telling the lies? Melody says yes. I said, so we're not going to say stop telling lies. Whether you think it's true or not, can you just stop talking about it?
I said that in her face.
I remember that.
And I said that in her face. But because y'all didn't play it on TV, some kind of way, I don't never check mail. But this is why I say on TV, I just don't think I can live up to her expectation.
It's not an expectation.
Girl, you are codependent as hell. You needy as hell. You was trying to live with Kimmie in that Scott Manor, okay? You wanted to live right next door so you can get some sugar, okay? You was giving stalker vibes, honey. Lifetime movie character vibes, okay? Yes, it was you, okay? That remind me of that one lady from Women of Brewster Place. Y'all remember that old lady with the glasses? You was just so nasty. Just nasty. That lady is crazy.
It's a completely expectation.
I go hard for my friends.
You feel like you go hard for Kimmie.
You don't go hard. Being codependent ain't going hard, okay? Girl, you gotta go hard for who go hard for you. You do the same shit with your husband, do all this shit for him, and he don't do shit for you. He don't even want you speaking up on behalf of your mother. Okay, somebody could just argue with your mother, fight with your mother, and you supposed to do nothing. Okay, just stay out of it. He don't want you to have a voice. How much of that is love, you guys? Honestly, that shit is control, and too many men live their lives like that, thinking that love is control, and it's not. It's not. Love is supposed to be liberating and free, and you are supposed to let your spouse be who they need to be so their light can shine. That is what it's about. And you are about directing. That's why so many women don't want to be in relationships. They don't want you producing and directing them and telling them what to do. Okay, who to do it with, where to work, who to hang out with. Okay? Y'all be wanting to get married so you could keep your woman on a leash. It's not a partnership. It's horrible.
Doesn't go
That's
hard for
a
you.
lie.
I go hard for all of my friends, and I expect the same thing from my friends.
I've given you 27 examples since I met Tisha. She does not go hard.
When have I not went hard for you, Kimmie?
When have you, Tisha?
Oh.
When Maurice proposed, you instantly, I want to throw this for you, I want to do that for you. I was a great friend. You didn't have to ask me for anything.
And ain't
You didn't have to do
anything.
When I need my friends to be there for me.
I am playing this, you guys, because everybody try to make it look like it's just Mel and Letitia that don't like each other. Kimmie secretly do not like Letitia either. Okay? She don't like her, but she's sick of hearing her shit. So she's like, oh, I'm going to just feed her information, try to bring her in a little bit more. She's family. You can't move like that. Yes, you could be cordial with family, but if you don't like that bitch or you feel like she wrong about something, take a stance the way that you used to.
I needed you at that moment, and you wasn't there, and I said that to you, but you want to be defended to me. Oh, Tisha's spoiled.
You are spoiled.
Are you spoiled?
I am spoiled.
Shit, you are not spoiled. You are punished, okay, by your husband. You can't do nothing, can't go nowhere. He don't go to Africa with you. He can't get up to say a few kind words. You, my dear, are not spoiled, okay? It's the delusions. It's giving delusions, girl. Mm-hmm.
Well, yes. But I've been called all type of now. I can say things about them on the show. I've never called them out of
Tisha,
their
oh my God. The only reason I ever said anything about you is because I listened for a whole season about you and your mama dragging me. And I didn't say nothing about
Oh, now ain't that familiar? Don't that sound like Mel? Mm-hmm. So please, this ain't about Tisha and Melody, this whole beef that's going on now. Kimmie don't like her ass either. Cause she knows she ain't no good.
your bad attitude or your selfishness. And
You hear how loud Tisha getting, but she don't do that with MARSAU. It's yes, sir. Maurice, can you talk to your brother? Okay. And Melody is just smiling like, damn. I know I'm not crazy. Because this bitch crazy. Letitia. Because she can't even get along with her own sister-in-law. See, her not getting along with Kimmie was a bad look. Now they have to make it look better. Okay, that's the Scotts. They are so surface, all of them. We got to make this look good. No, let it be what it is. Shit. That's why they got a problem with Melody and Martell, because they shit just out there. It's just hanging. You just see it, okay?
Crazy because I've waited a long time.
Baby, hold on a second.
Absolutely.
One thing about Kimmie is, regardless if you're a friend or foe, she knows the difference between right and wrong. Is Tisha too immature to handle the conversations that you really want to have with her?
Now, why would he ask that? Because he has thought that himself. Okay? Carlos is shady. But he's on point, though. Okay? He's not lying. And Destiny's sitting there like, damn, they just shading this girl. You heard what the man asked? Okay, she's immature. She's like a little kid. That's how codependents act. Not all, but some of them, they're very they are so rude and so disrespectful. And then they so obedient to that man. And he, yes, sir, no, sir. How high do you want me to jump? Okay, and then with women, they all nasty and rude. Okay, quick-witted, quick to put another woman down. And those type of women, guess what? Those that try to knock others down, stay down. Okay?
I'm not going to use the word immature. I think Tisha, that's just not the world that she lives in.
Even Kimmie had to clean that shit up. She said that's just not the world she lives in. She resides on the first floor. I keep trying to tell y'all. Y'all don't listen. Okay, one day you'll listen.
I don't like them being like this. And that's because
Melody, shut up, girl. Shut your ass up. Okay? You like it because you was smiling. You was like, Melody had a giddy ass look like, oh, see, I know I wasn't the only one. And you get like that in a friend group. Because I know several times I was kind of happy certain people was getting into it with certain people. Because I was like, I know damn well I'm not crazy. They was like, nah, girl, that person crazy. So I was kind of, you be kind of happy sometimes like, damn, you see what I see. This bitch is crazy. And she was secretly coming together with Kimmie in her head like, girl, I feel your pain. Tisha is too needy. And if you notice, most of her issues is when you stand on your own, when you hold your own, when you isolate away from her and take some time for yourself. She don't like that. She let MARSAU do it because he went all the way to Africa, So MARSAU, he could tell Tisha, honey, bitch, I'm going to the moon. Okay, see you next Thursday. She'd be, yes, MARSAU, yes. Oh, I'll wait on you. Okay, I'll fix you a plate. Shit. Start bleaching them damn clothes. Oh, yes. There was a laundry accident while you were gone. Oh, my. Y'all know us cancers. We some evil motherfuckers. But, there's that, But we're sweet and loving, but don't cross us. Okay? Okay, girl.
Saw them when I met them. I saw them in a much, much better space.
Well, let me ask you this. Is Tisha the type of woman, you would be friends with if y'all weren't related?
No. Because I don't have that kind of energy.
What in the higher learning? Do y'all hear that serious ass music played in the background? That damn Carlos is a genius. Okay, that motherfucker is a genius. They got that serious music. That Boys in the Hood music. You know the serious music that used to come on Full House when they was bringing together a lesson? Yes. That Family Matters music. Yes. What happened to that? Now we got all this reality TV. It's just folks. Did y'all hear, real quick, sidebar, did y'all hear that Princess Love was sleeping with women with Ray J? I told y'all. Why do you get mad that your man is cheating on you and you helped him cheat and slept with the women to be with him? Princess girl, that's another slave right there. Okay, I knew it. I knew them two had something in common, okay? I knew they had something in common, except Princess, she fights. You know, Letitia, she just be sitting there and talking. And, you know, she's just there. Okay, what Nene say about Cynthia? Just there, you know, so.
I just don't in life.
Does it break your heart to hear that?
No, I mean, that's how she feels. That's how she feels. If she wouldn't be my friend, we don't have to be friends. We can just be family.
She didn't say, oh my God, like a damn kid. You know how a kid take what they want to hear from what you said? That ain't what she said. And watch, they have to clean it up. The adult always got to clean up the kid's mess.
I'm saying, I mean, you see the whole energy. We can't be friends, we'll be friends.
You said no. It was a hypothetical question.
Thank you, Destiny. But you a damn kid too. So, girl. You know what I realized with Destiny? She always playing double dutch. She that motherfucker that, you remember when you played double dutch and it was always that one girl in your crew that took all damn day to get her ass in the ropes? That's Destiny. That's Destiny with her friendships, with her business, with everything. Okay, that's Destiny. Just still, you know, waiting to jump in. Don't never fucking jump in and get the party going. Always on some third party bullshiggity. I knew it.
But my thing is, as a friend, if a friend tell you, hey, you hurt me, or I expect that you could be here for me in this moment, and if you can't be like, okay, girl, you know, I'm sorry, I dropped the ball, or whatever, you have to come back at me to tell me how I should have felt, then no, I wouldn't want a friend like that either.
Girl, please. Okay? Tisha is annoying and aggravating because she's one of those people where she's exhausting. She expects you to cater to her. And you can't do it. She wants to be coddled. You know? She needs extra assistance. It's like, girl. You know, she just... everything hurts her feelings. It's one of those people, and I've been around one of those people before, and it's just, I can't be bothered, you guys, with people that are emotionally exhausting. I can't do it. I can't. I can't deal with that as a friend or a family member. I get being cordial because they are sister-in-laws. I really do get it. But, you know, just be yourselves. Okay? You know you don't like her like that. You ain't got to fight her, but you can let her know when she's wrong. Okay? You can let her know that, girl, your husband is an asshole. But she ain't going to say that because then she'll have to look at her marriage with Maurice, okay? So, it's just sad.
That pains me to hear that, and that's coming straight from my heart. And it's my hope that you two can find your way. And I understand what happens when family gets involved. especially your mother, who has very strong convictions about Kimmie. But when we get back, speaking of mothers, we're going to bring out our favorite mamas when we return. This is Love and Marriage Huntsville Reunion.
Would you against my mom?
It took you a minute. We had to add. Yes, it did, Tisha. Yes, it
When you
did.
came on
She
this
said
show,
something out of the way. I absolutely
It
said
took you.
something.
Because me and Tisha didn't
But I
go down
did.
every time.
But
I
it
never
took
was
me,
like, don't
Tisha.
be her friend, don't hang with her, don't.
I don't think it should have to take you a minute.
Tisha, I will say this.
Everything that happened between Mel Martell and me and MARSAU.
Destiny is trying to get Tisha's attention to tell her something. She completely ignores Destiny.
You know every single thing. So how can you feel like,
I
you
said
shouldn't
to
be
you what I
hurt
said to
about
you.
that? But someone I thought was my friend.
Well, and our whole issue started because before this show, you was out in the streets talking bad about me.
Girl,
And that's
nobody
why,
knows she's talking
see, the
about
girl,
you.
that's so,
Okay, that's
immature.
old, man. I'm
That's
not gonna even do
immature.
that with you.
But the girl
When
thing you
nobody
just
knows
did,
she's
that's
talking
immature.
about
Yes,
you.
you were.
Okay,
Yes, you
then.
were.
Okay,
Yes,
but
you
Kimmie,
were.
because I care about this.
Okay, and I don't care about you either.
She's not going to take ownership of it, so I don't care
No,
about
you're not going to take ownership of what you said. I've
That's
never
what I'm
not
saying.
once said what I wouldn't take ownership of. I just said what you did as well.
What did I do?
You were going live, every laughing, hee hee ha ha, because my husband done cheat on me and her husband this and this. Every live, let me
never
finish.
did that, man.
It's on the show. You did it.
All this stuff about
No,
me. You think I'm
Tisha,
just
you're
supposed to
not.
lay
So let me tell you
And
something.
see, that's another thing with Tisha. She never takes responsibility or accountability for her actions. And there are some codependents, they are like that, where they are the victim. They could be done started some shit and they'll, say you are the villain and they are this perpetual victim. And that's how she's acting, because that's her biggest thing with Mel. Martell cheated on you. He didn't want you. He got his side chick pregnant. When something like that happens to a woman, it's already devastating enough. Now, why didn't Kimmie say that to Mel? What do I always tell y'all? Behavior reflects intentions. There's a reason why Kimmie has never spoken to Mel like that. And it's a reason why Tisha has spoken to Mel like that. Because just remember, she didn't have to say all of that. She intentionally wanted to come at Mel. She's jealous. And a lot of you all, I know y'all disagree, but she is. Why Kimmie ain't saying mean and disparaging things about how Martell did Melody? Why does she handle them with kid gloves? I will wait. Tisha doesn't. She's always threw that in Melody's face. And Melody, I think what she's saying is, girl, my husband cheated, but any man can cheat, which is true. But I think my problem with the women on this show is, stop, y'all give men all the power. Y'all do. Stop worrying about if they're cheating. Focus on you. What you go do. Okay? Do you. You could be committed to your man if he being good to you. Okay, if he trying to work stuff out, then, absolutely be faithful to your man. Absolutely. But don't be no damn fool. You get one life. Okay? Ain't nobody breaking y'all heart. Y'all breaking your own damn heart because you giving all the power and control, there's that word, to that man. Stop giving it to him. And I told y'all, I realized that in my 20s. I said, what am I doing? Why am I don't owe this nigga no loyalty the way he is coming at me? Okay. This is my life. Shit, I ain't about to be, I don't owe you an explanation. I don't deal with people that disrespect me. It's over. And you ain't got to wait for Miss Robinson to tell you. You gonna know by my behavior. How you doing? Fuck all that sentimental shit. Once somebody is showing you they don't give a fuck about you, whether physically, mentally, emotionally, okay? Once they show you that, you don't owe them no loyalty. Move on with your life.
What
was not a whole lot of nothing I was saying about you. About you.
About my marriage.
Listen, about
Your husband
you.
sleeping with. She said all that stuff.
I try to think about things that I say because you can't take words back. You can't take actions back. You can't take words back.
Oh my God. Didn't I just say that about Kimmie? Didn't I just say that?
And so some of the things that were happening between us were things that people can't take back. I'm Aquarius, and so I'm a holder on. I hold on. I do. I hold on to stuff. And so when people say things to me or do things to me in anger or in the heat of the moment, I remember it and I hold on to it. And I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying I'm a holder on. I wanted to be transparent. I wanted to be open. I wanted it to be fixed. And I wanted to do what I signed up to do. However, it was an area that I was uncomfortable in. And I just didn't know how to navigate.
One of the things I would say that through this, I think that Kimmie has been forced to grow in some areas because up until this point, it's all right, see you.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
So now it's actually forced her to push past certain things to, find ways to compromise and work things out.
And that's like another misnomer, I guess, from the show. And people will say like, oh, Kimmie did this and she's still talking about, and she's still, no, y'all kind of maneuver some situations because they make us have conversations that sometimes I wouldn't normally have. I am a legit don't give a fuck. Like, I'm a legit, I'm finished. Like, I just don't have the time or energy. And so I've said that since season 1. I think there are times, because it's a show, you force us to have conversations that normally we actually wouldn't have. And at the end of the
I told y'all some of this shit is for the show, okay?
day, some of them have been productive.
When you sign on to do a reality show, it sort of puts you in this position to where you have to have conversations that you ordinarily would just not have or ignore.
Right.
But because you're on a show,
correct.
It has to make sense to the audience. You have to go to the beginning, the middle, and the end. What is your relationship like with Tisha and Wanda?
We're in a much better place. I think a lot of things have happened in our lives as adults to make us understand that it's not about the small stuff. I can honestly say our relationship isn't exactly where it was before the show. That's just an honest statement because things have been said and transpired, and you just kind of see different angles of people where you accept people where they are. There's some things about me that I feel like she feels she's had to accept that she didn't feel like she knew before, and vice versa. Wanda and I, we it's not like we talk on the phone or anything, but even off screen, we still had some situations where I think Wanda has been out of pocket. Like every person on this show protects their kids and their husbands, their wives, and whatnot. And so we've had situations even still where Wanda, in my opinion, has spoken out of turn to my kid. And it's not cool by me. And, the apologies after the fact, I think they get old. Like at some point you just stop. We're still kind of back and forth because I just think she takes leverage sometimes to say what doesn't need to be said.
I want to go back a little bit to season 1, because in the beginning of the season, it was rumored in Huntsville that Martell was stepping out. And one thing I know, because I have 6 brothers, is that boys don't tell on each other. Talk to me about how, in the beginning, because y'all are so close, how troublesome that was, because you're on a TV show to be real, but you also know this is your homeboy who's going through something that you're not too sure is going to end well.
Carlos, I know that, I don't know if you know the conversations that we had, but it actually was a pact. And it wasn't just a pact between the guys, it was a pact between the 6 of us. Because we knew about all of this stuff before the show started. And it was shocking to us, like if you saw my face in the episode where we're all sitting around the dining room. So we're talking about this. And I still didn't know that it was going to go full tilt. I'm just saying, it was one of those what if questions, because when we used to all get around Mel would always have these what-if questions that would get it going. Like some couples, they might fight that night. Other couples, they might cuddle that night. We don't know based on the what-if question. I thought it could have been a what-if question. But nonetheless, based on what they had already went through, it was a shocking question that was the what-if.
It was all 6 of us. We all 6, because we were friends, and we did know stuff about each other. We all 6 sat down, and full transparency, because fans will probably not all be that happy, but we all said, what's things y'all don't want to talk about? Like, whatever you don't want to talk about, let us know right now so we don't accidentally touch on it. You see what I'm saying? And that was one of the things that they asked. And this is funny. One of the first 2 episodes, we were doing my bridal shower filming. And they wanted Maurice and I to talk about the rumors. And me and Maurice kept dancing around it. And we was talking about everything else and not doing it. I remember you, Angela, y'all pulled us out the bathroom, pulled us right here into the hall, and said, what is going on? Why won't you talk? Da-da-da-da-da. And we told you, we had this conversation, and they asked us not to talk about it. Like, they asked us not to talk about it.
Hey, Carlos said, you're wasting my film and you're wasting my time.
Right.
They're talking about it, and we're talking about it. And I was like, well, all right, back to business.
And so that was like a for real, honest thing. We didn't know how they wanted to approach it, and they were our friends.
And to me, Carlos, more than anything, it's embarrassing and hurtful, right? Who would ever want to hurt their friends, on a national...
Oh, shut up, Maurice, because your ass ain't no good, because you chose to stay around while Martell interacted with Ariane. You lied down to that reunion, saying that you never seen them really interact with each other. I don't like guys like that be around while you're cheating on your wife. Like, yeah, y'all ain't no good either. I'm sorry.
They weren't here at our house when that happened. So when things started going left, we were trying to protect y'all.
And that is very true. Obviously, I said this on the behind-the-scenes special that aired, I think, 2 years ago or 3 years ago. A week before we were shooting the pilot episode, Melody was like, I got to tell you something. Martell is cheating on me. It's been going on for a very long time. I was shocked because when I met them, they pitched me like an HGTV type show amongst themselves. And based upon what they presented to me, I was like, this brother is sprung off of some Melody hold. He lets her shine. She is like this star, and he's like, here you go, baby. But long story short, that dinner scene you're talking about, Maurice, because we knew the information, because Melody shared it with us, it was a moment of, what do y'all normally do? How do you address stuff? And Melody did say, Maurice, I asked these what-if questions, and it gets the party started, pretty much. We had no idea what the question was going to be. So I said to her, look, let's just shoot this pilot. If you want to pursue it afterwards, great. If not, no love lost, but I believe in God's destiny. And if we get picked up for a season, it's meant to be. So when she asked that what-if question about what if, this whole thing about respectful cheating, and Maurice gave the best reaction, Kimmie in her ponytail and her off-the-shoulder top was like, there's a thing called respectful cheating? Like, what are we doing here? And because of that dinner scene, when the network saw the pilot, obviously they loved the fact that they kept saying, like, these are some beautiful couples who are smart and successful. And that was the draw to them. The Comeback Group initiative was the draw to them. So we knew we had that. The network had no idea that you guys had this interesting personal story going on. And when they saw that dinner scene, they were like, oh, we have a we have a show. Like, this is going to be something interesting, because I was shocked that Martell was doing that, and the network was shocked. All of those elements, being attractive, being successful, the Comeback Group, in addition to the personal story, is truly what made the network say, we want this show. When did you guys feel that, we have a hit show in our hands? What was that moment for the two of you?
Oh, I think that was early for me. Mm-hmm. For me, it was early. I would say season 2, easy. Because, and I say this as humbly as I can, I've said it to other interviewers, I believe the collective to be a gold mine. I think it was literally a nugget of gold that was found. I think our interpersonal relationships, our personalities, our characters, I think that who we bring to the table as people is phenomenal. And this is just an honest, cast statement. I always felt like some of the earlier episodes were a little better than the older ones, only because I felt like we were really allowed to be who we were in the beginning. Like, say what you want, do what you want. Sometimes after a little bit of editing, you get a little more cautious of your words. And you just do by nature. You get a little more, you hold back a little more after you see it edited out a little bit. Like, I'm not going to say that. Or I'm not going to take a breath in between this, and then you can't cut it out. So I feel like in the beginning, we all were just a little bit more giving of our real personalities, and I think that matters.
I think that all 6 of us, the original 6, brought something very unique.
Hold up, Maurice. You can wait. Okay. Kimmie just flat out admitted that she was really herself in the beginning. I told y'all that was the real Kimmie. Now she has been producing herself. Okay, everything is strategic. I knew she was moving different. She has some fear with this. I get it. She's human. But at the end of the day, you got to be yourself. That's the only way to be, Kimmie.
And everybody is strong in that specific space.
You guys are 100% correct. This show, Love and Marriage Huntsville, was lightning in a bottle. I instantly fell in love with the 6 of y'all, the original 6, the 3 couples, Martell, Melody, Maurice, Kimmie, Tisha, MARSAU. It's hard to describe to the audience how a producer feels when he or she is introduced to a collective that is rooted in reality with a backdrop being Huntsville, Alabama, and everything that just came so organically real, when it came to the show. And I believe that's the reason why the show was an instant hit. Like, people instantly loved the show because all of the elements of aspiration, inspiration, and wait, what's going on in this household? All of that played into the success of the show.
And you can thank Martell and Melody. I'm sorry.
Listen, I'm not perfect, nor are my producers, and life isn't perfect, and the cast ain't perfect. And the one thing that I will say is, my biggest goal moving forward, honestly, and I'm saying this publicly, so hold me accountable, I want to get back to the basics of the show. And what I mean when I say that is, I was watching a cut that you guys haven't seen yet. And it's the original 6 having a dinner scene based upon what happened with Wanda and Melody and the whole Madani melee. And the absolute moment the 6 of y'all sat down, and this is a true story. I was watching on a Sunday, and I was like, this is what I need to get back to. Like, it was just something, it was something magical happens when the 6 of y'all are together.
100% agree. 100% agree.
And
I agree.
I would like to get back to that, and I agree with you. I think in the beginning, I'll say this. I think in the beginning, everybody was hungry. Like, we want to be number 1, and we're gonna give everything to it. And listen, this is no shade to anybody. I always say to people, I have no idea what it's like to be on reality TV telling my personal business. I don't know what that feels like. And I always say to people, I understand that at some point it comes a time when you're like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to address it. I'm not going to say how I really feel.
Destiny, basically. Okay. I can help you, Carlos.
I don't feel like dealing with the backlash of it. And my hope, and I believe this will happen, but my hope is that we do get back to the original way the show was, which honestly, and I know the listeners are like, whatever, Carlos, you like messy, ratchet shit. And listen, listen, we all do. Let's be clear. But you need a little of it, little sprinkles. But next season, I want to see more of the six of y'all in the same room. And I know, based on where we are right now, that's a tall challenge.
Baby.
However, I am not going to rest until we all collectively agree that our relationships may not ever be the same, but we all love this show, and we all gave our all to this show, and let's get back to doing that in a way that is honest when it comes to the six of us. So I wanted to let you guys know that. I already spoiled what my meeting was going to be about, but I still have more to say that I'm going to say on the podcast. But that's the main thing. But do y'all agree with me?
100%. Yeah. I think that if you saw the meteoric rise that we all had when we were collective, it was just so much diversity in the room. And there's so many different viewpoints about everything. Now, mind you, on one side it's a challenge. And it makes you sharpen your sword when you're bringing your ideas to the table because it's going to be challenged. However, you have six different viewpoints of how to make it right, how to make it successful, a different way of looking at it. And those what-if questions, I can tell you this, Carlos, you need to show the audience the unedited version of that.
No, it was too long. Remember, Carlos would get angry. Carlos would be like, I said stop talking. It's cut. It's over. No. And we would talk forever and ever and ever. He said stuff. Y'all are adults. I know you know what this talking means. I know you understand when I say stop talking.
There was so much that we were talking about.
I know you remember that.
I do.
I know you remember that.
I do.
Hey, Carlos, there were some really good nuggets that we left on the floor. Trust me.
But Carlos, what's funny is that those same things y'all filmed that went on for hours. When we were upstairs in Cotton Row, first season, when we were in the dining room, when we were out in the little cotton field, they go on for hours. Yes. That was like real life. We would talk for literally hours on end about those kind of things. And in all fairness, we really thought a fair share of those would be played out to where it elicited conversation, male-female conversation, husband-wife conversation, builder, contractor conversation, where contractors disagree. You know what I mean? So we've always been in that little vein about just kind of spurring on conversation. Part of the reason the comeback group had such a hard time was because those meetings went on for hours without resolution.
Yep. I'm like, y'all want the comeback group to come back, but the comeback group never got nothing off the ground, okay? Y'all just at the goddamn table arguing. Miss Robinson was tired of it, okay?
Carlos, do you remember when the cameraman fell asleep?
Yeah! He was like, they talking about the same shit for 2 hours. Listen, as a producer, but that goes to show you it was honesty, and there was a level of not only just respect, but camaraderie, and y'all cared about each other, because when you don't care about somebody, you will walk off the scene and be like, I'm done. And that was the beauty of it, and I'm hoping to get back to that. And when it comes to the two of you, do you guys miss the friendships that y'all had with each other in the beginning as a collective?
I do. I think that ultimately everybody was in a better place at that time. Business-wise, notoriety-wise, and all the rest of that stuff, of course, we're light years beyond where we were. However, I think when you strip away all of that stuff, what do you want to leave? You want to have relationships. You want to have love. You want to have things that matter outside of, the money. Yeah. And I think that to me has always been important. I think it speaks to, my character. And I think that collectively as the six of us, if we can rebuild those relationships, then I think that we'd be much better off.
Yeah, I miss the excitement of how much we actually enjoyed each other. Like, and anybody will tell you, I was pretty much the outlier of the six. But even with that being said, I like the energy. Like when Melody would get up and text at 6 o'clock, we going camping today, or we going hiking, or let's go to Memphis, or let's go to Nashville. That was fun. The spontaneity of it as friends was fun. To see all of us enjoying each other's company was fun. Obviously the times when we had a little tension, that's not fun. Like I don't want that part back.
But Kimmie, what's interesting is it was still fun. Like I tell people this all the time. My favorite season of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Again, I don't know what season we in, so I'll just tell y'all what happened that season. I loved the Vegas trip, and I'm gonna tell you why. And this is why I know we can get back to that. Melody and Martell was still divorced. Everybody was at a place in their lives where I think they're kind of still there, but it was magical when y'all all were in the same room together, kicking back, drinking, in the pool. And you don't have to always agree with each other, but there was just this love that y'all had for each other. And I know that we'll never get back to where people were 4 years ago, but if we could get back to where y'all were in Vegas, where we're around each other, we can have dinner, we can hang out, Tisha and Melody can coexist in the same room.
I agree. I really enjoyed Vegas, besides all that arguing with Martell and Melody, but I really liked it. I liked how everybody was around each other, the conversations.
And have conversations and have each other's back. Kimmie can have a disagreement with MARSAU and Tisha and still be like, let's go out to have dinner, go to the club. Like I know that, again, there is something about the original six, and I know that may sound shady to the other cast members, and it's not shade.
And no shade.
But at the end of the day, it is what it is, and at the end of the day, the show is where it's at because of the six of y'all.
Bye, Destiny, and bye, Big Lou and Tiffany. Get y'all ass out, okay? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. What that lady Esther Roll say on that movie? Bye-bye.
Period, point, and the blank. This show would not be where it's at if we took out one. I always say this, and I'll say it again.
Me too.
I will always say it. Love and Marriage Huntsville became the number one show on OWN because of the original six, because it was definitely lightning in a bottle, and people miss the six of y'all just talking to each other.
Yeah, and you can't take one out without the other. People say all the time, oh, you need to have your own show. Yeah, no. Like, it's the six, and it works with the six. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to love me. You can love Mel. You don't have to love Mel. You can love T. Like, it's something for everybody. Mm-hmm. It literally is something for everybody. And that's the part I like about it. Like, real talk. I mean, like, everybody ain't gonna like you. It's all good. Like somebody else.
Hey, Carlos, this is how you can tell that that's true, is that every single person has become the villain at one time.
That's
They've all
true.
been loved, and they all become the villain at one time. Every single one of them.
That's true.
Right? So, yeah, I'd love for the six to get, back together, get to a place to where at least we spurred a conversation. But there's one thing I need to add, man. I have to say this. We keep saying number one on OWN. I want to remove just the OWN part, too.
That's a goal, is what you're saying?
We need to be just number one, period. That's what we need to be on next.
Well, look, you're on your way. You guys are the number one reality show on Saturday nights, and oftentimes, you're number one in African-American households. Like, you guys see the receipts, and again, it's because of this show, we're able to spin off into other territories, DC being one of them.
Like, and I just think that's honorable, and that's what you should do.
because of the six of y'all, because I've met with Mela Martell, because of believing in the show, it helped all of us. It helped me. It helped you guys. Like,
It did.
I don't think it's an issue saying thank you to people that had some sort of way into your destiny. I think that just glorifies God, that we all can work together. So the idea of a franchise for a Black-owned production company is a big deal because it doesn't happen every day. I want all of my babies to be successful, and that's the reason why after the reunion, Carlos King is coming to Huntsville, and we're going to have a nice little dinner at Cotton Row so that we can continue on to greatness. But now, all jokes aside, before I let y'all go, I just want to say this. Thank you for being a part of this show. Thank you for being a part of my life. Thank you for what you guys bring to the show, to the table. It means the world to me that 4 to 5 years later, we're still able to have a conversation where we can laugh and joke. And I love you guys more than you could ever imagine. And I thank you guys for being a part of this.
Thank you, Carlos. And we love you too.
Yes. And your professionalism and your creativity and what you've made of this situation.
Thank you.
Even when you scold us, you do it in love.
All right, so Kim Memories, where can people find you, follow you, support you, all those great things?
So, of course, I'm on Facebook, and I'm Kimmie Scott. Y'all notice I changed that. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I'm Kimmie Scott. Because I'm married to him, so therefore my name is Kimmie Scott. And then on...
There she go with that, and that don't mean shit. Girl.
Instagram and on Twitter, Kimmie, KIMMI_KLS.
I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Miami Reese.
All right, you guys, that is all, honey, I got to say about all of that. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you thought about this here video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, Brand New, and I will check you guys out in the next video.